Hey guys, Mike here, another audio edition of my blog. I'm doing audio versions of these every week now on the Substack and on my podcast feed. So thank you so much to anyone/everyone who is listening to these. That's awesome. And the blog has been really growing in subscribers over the last few weeks. And I know last week's blog was about stopping caring about numbers when it comes to creativity, but it is cool to see an uptake. Also, my YouTube subscriber count has been increasing as well. I'm trying to hit 10,000. I'm just under 500 away from that, so if you haven't subscribed to YouTube, please do so now. Anyway, all that said, time for this week's blog read. This week's blog is called, and this might be a controversial one, I don't know why, but I'm putting it out there anyway. The internet is deliberately divisive, and it's ruining the nature of discourse. Enjoy! Nothing about what I'm writing today is a new phenomenon. The internet is a divisive place, and algorithms promote divisiveness and discord. The internet doesn't want you to reach a resolution. It doesn't encourage you to consider other opinions. It revolves around friction and anger because that keeps you on the platform. I see a lot of commentators on social media who like to share political opinions and ideas, and I think that's great. Sharing different ideas and perspectives is a fundamental part of democracy and should be celebrated. What I find concerning is the number of people online who have a jilted rhetoric on how they handle disagreements and people with differing opinions. In my 20s, I found it very hard to handle people who had different opinions and ideas to me. I felt as though anger was the only way to communicate to someone that their opinion was incorrect, in quotation marks. The problem is, no one's opinion is holistically correct. The world is grey, not black and white. Things are complex and complicated. Often, there is more than one perspective to any kind of personal, social, cultural, or political issue. People from different walks of life, different age groups, and different life experience have different ideas. Social media encourages anger as a solution to this. If someone disagrees with you and your perspective, destroy them. Find out information about them and share it with your following. Encourage your followers to harass them, name call. The more social media followers you have, the more power you have to destroy someone. Personally, I like to call it what it really is: bullying, power abuse. I am not saying that accountability isn't appropriate in situations where somebody is wrong. But using fear, intimidation, and harassment to force someone who disagrees with you into silence is barbaric. In 2025, I believe a lot of people are silenced, living in fear of sharing their ideas and thoughts because they're scared of what will happen. I am not defending people who have backward views. That's not what this is about. I hate to become the white male writer talking about George Orwell's 1984 in a blog post because that has become a gross stereotype. But Orwell's writing was fascinating. In 1984, Winston Smith is tortured until he accepts that 2 + 2 = 5. Despite knowing that 2 + 2 = 4, he relinquishes that truth to stop the pain. The novel clearly depicts how fear and intimidation force people to saying and thinking things that they don't believe are true. They would rather blend into the crowd than be subject to torture. In Orwell's classic novel Animal Farm, we see a similar rhetoric. The novel begins with the farm animals being against the farmers. The saying is, 4 legs good, 2 legs bad. When the pigs take over the farm, defeat the humans, and begin walking on 2 legs as the humans did, the phrase changes. 4 legs good, 2 legs better. Having a nuanced and difficult conversation is a lost art. I'm not pretending I'm an expert at it either. I consider myself an egalitarian and a moderate progressive in my politics. Often, I feel as though we are forced to enter political factions. If you believe one thing, you must believe this thing and that thing and this. It's impossible now to be a complex human with different ideas on different issues. Left equals this, right equals that. No in between, no nuance. The other thing I can't stand is this rhetoric, which I sadly see countless times on the internet. It's some arrangement of, if you like X, then I hate you and you aren't my friend. I came across the issue a number of years ago where the best-selling video game Hogwarts Legacy was released. It was a game where you take the role of a student at Hogwarts, go to classes, learn spells, explore the castle, and more. It reviewed well and was a commercial success. That being said, it was controversial. Author J.K. Rowling has actively campaigned against trans rights, and many say that supporting the game is an endorsement of Rowling's behaviour. I was called evil for my desire to buy the game. Not a joke. I'm curious though. I have lots of friends that like Harry Potter, played Hogwarts Legacy, enjoyed and rewatched the movies, and are looking forward to the upcoming TV series. Is this enough for my friends and I to be the subject of hatred? Are we evil? I didn't think so. I think we're all pretty nice people, but maybe I'm missing the point? Overall, I don't want fear to prevent me from being myself and expressing my perspectives, and I continue to try and have respectful debates if they come up in my life. I don't want the internet to ruin the ability to have honest, nuanced conversations, and I'll do my best not to be complicit in that. Thank you so much for listening to this one, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Would be keen to hear thoughts on it, and make sure you go to the written version of this blog, because there is another section on each blog post called Resonance, where I just kind of do a little tiny bits and pieces of 4 things that I enjoyed this week. So I'd love for you to check that out as well. And subscribe on YouTube, subscribe to the blog, do all of the stuff that people like me tell you to do. And I'll see you next week for the next one. Thanks so much.